everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Strictly Speaking.
You are back with Will and Grace, and we are going to be going through everything that was week 10 of Strictly.
Week 10. Time flies.
Time really does fly when you're having fun. But we will be going through all the dances again today. We've not spoken about it again.
It's been especially painful this week.
It has, hasn't it? It's been difficult. We've struggled.
It's been a long day.
We've had to tell each other to shut up a lot today.
Save it for the podcast is our new phrase.
Yeah, it is.
Save it for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast. But yeah, it was another good week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really good week.
It was an amazing week.
It's one of my favourite weeks, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll get into it.
We will.
But, I mean, we started off with some more judging change-ups.
Disruption again.
Again, Cynthia was back.
Yeah.
For Motzi, who decided to score all the dances anyway.
Which I loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, she commented on their Instagrams. Every single couple, she commented the scores, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, so if you go to the BBC Strictly Instagram and go to the dances that they've posted, you will see a little comment from Motzi underneath every single one.
Every single one.
Every single one. With what she would have scored it.
Which I love.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've not seen them all. I saw she gave AJ and Kai a 10.
10, yeah, I saw that. I was very happy about that. But we'll get on to them.
Yeah.
Should we begin?
Let's crack on with it.
Yeah.
Let's get straight into it.
So we'll start with Rose and Giovanni.
Rose and Giovanni.
What did you think?
Paso Doble. I loved it. I mean, I don't think it was her best dance by any stretch. Also, as when we're talking about Rose, I think we didn't mention it enough last week, how amazing it is, like how well she's doing.
Oh, absolutely.
She's doing incredibly well. So, as a dancer, I have zero hearing impairment, okay?
Yeah.
And if I can't hear the music properly, I'm absolutely done for. You can't stay on time. You can't confidently dance. But somehow, she's managing to week after week produce these amazing performances with like confidence. She looks so sure of herself. She's got such trust in Giovanni. She's amazing.
She is incredible.
And a Paso Doble is a difficult dance timing-wise anyway.
Oh, it's beat after beat after beat. That's
Yeah.
what you said about dance
It
comps.
is. It's easier for Strictly in the sense that, so in typical ballroom and Latin
Here we
competitions, here we go. How many minutes
Wait,
in?
wait for the end for some extra
Yeah.
gossip on Will's dancing career.
Yeah. But in a ballroom and Latin competition against other couples, what they'll do is they'll play a song called Spanish Gypsy Dance, which is the classic ballroom and Latin Paso Doble song at a competition.
Love a classic.
Yeah. You'll recognise it.
Yeah.
The dun diddlin 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 dun dun diddlin diddlin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to sing anymore. And with that, you have to choreograph the dance to the specific music, because after so many beats, you get the highlight where it goes dun dun dun, and there's like a crash, and everyone hits a pose, and it looks amazing. But because that's at a specific point in the music, you have to choreograph to that. So they don't have that on Strictly. You know, they do it to a different song.
It was a different song this week.
Yeah. But even so, it's a difficult dance to
There's
get
more
right.
pop song this week as well.
Yeah.
They did it too. Oh, I just think she's amazing. She is the favourite, I think.
Do you think?
If I ever go on Facebook or Instagram, hers has always got the most likes.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she's
I think
popular.
she's gonna,
From what I've seen on Twitter and the like, she gives me the impression that she's very popular, and rightly so. She's amazing.
She is.
I think it wasn't her best dance.
No, I agree.
I think she struggled slightly with the
persona
shaping
as well.
Well, I don't know. I think she had the persona.
She pulled it off. This is what I mean. I think she definitely pulled it off. But in her VT, she was kind of talking about how she was struggling with this persona.
Yeah.
But I thought she's brilliant. I loved the solo parts because again, if she's relying on Giovanni that much, like fair enough when they're dancing together. But on her own, she is on her own, and she is doing all that on her own.
Yeah.
And
she's
I'm
not
just
being led
astounded
by him
by
in
it.
those
I
moments.
really, really am.
Yeah.
I think she's absolutely brilliant.
She is. She's amazing.
And I think anyone's brilliant to dance with the amount of hair she had. The plait she had.
It was long.
It was like cascading down her back, and I know it was tied to her dress, but that would weigh you down. Which is amazing. It's like extra kudos to Rosie dancing with the hair like that.
For the weight of the hair.
Yeah, I thought she looked gorgeous as well.
Yeah.
She looked lovely. Yeah, I really liked it, but I do see it isn't her best dance. But
it was.
After a couple's choice,
that
is going to be her best
a
dance.
fact to follow, isn't it? She, there's a very specific shape to Paso Doble. So, first of all, it's the only Latin dance where you can step on your heel.
Right.
So in Latin, always on your toes, the steps. But Paso is the one dance where you can go on your heels. And so that's one big difference. But footwork seemed good. But then the shaping is very unusual. So you're kind of stood up really straight and you have your hips forward.
Right. Oh, yeah. No,
to create like an arch, like a banana shape.
I thought she did that.
Which she did. But then, as well as that, at the top, you have to have this kind of like arched shape, like an almost inward feel. And I think she struggled with that more. But you could see her trying. Yeah.
Over my head.
Yeah. But there was times where if you freeze frame at a certain point, in multiple places, you can see her really trying to push the hips forward. You need a good, bit inappropriate, but you need a good strong backside, is what they say in Paso. Because that's what you're using, like you're pushing your hips forward, your bum's tucked in, your hips are kind of flexed forward to create that really nice banana shape. And I think they were a bit, like the judges were a bit harsh, because I think she did have it at times.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the best shape in the world. But also wasn't the worst.
Still love her. Still glad she's going strong.
And Giovanni's getting well through Strictly's, what's it called? Eyeliner.
Yeah, this is
What's it called?
This is what I need to
guy liner.
They're loving the guy liner this week. John as well.
Yeah.
I think it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, I love the solo parts from Rose. Really think she shines on her own as well as dancing together. So yeah, I really liked it.
I did too.
Thought it was a really nice opener as well.
Yeah, it was a great opener.
Should we progress on?
Let's crack on.
Crack on to Dan.
Dan.
Can I start this one?
Go on, you can start
I
off.
was so impressed. See, my favourite quote was from Craig. It actually made me win. I expected it to be a complete natural disaster. I howled because I did too. No, I wouldn't go as far to say natural disaster. I would say disaster minus the natural, maybe.
Yeah.
But amazing. I was so impressed with him. I do think Nadia kind of danced around him. Yeah. He kind of like supported her.
Yeah.
But I thought, I was really impressed with that. I don't think Dan deserved, from that dance, I don't think he deserved. The thing is, it is hard now. There aren't that many couples left. But I don't think he'd have deserved to be in the dance-off for that.
No, he wasn't bottom of the leaderboard.
No.
Tilly was.
Yeah.
And I thought he did amazingly.
I did.
Rumba is such a difficult dance for a male celebrity.
Definitely.
It's so difficult because it's slow. You need hip action, but you've got more time to kind of finish your lines, but also having more time, which he was doing. And Cynthia picked up on that because she had said that to him last week. But having more time, I find, also means you have more time to look awkward. Mm-hmm. And I think Dan, being the way he is, very long-limbed, it would be very easy for him to look awkward. And in the past, earlier on in the competition, he did look very awkward. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he looked awkward at all, really.
No.
There were moments, obviously, but... And, he's never going to be the strongest in the competition. Yeah. But he did really well. And I think the fact that you didn't really watch him is a good thing.
Yeah, because he didn't stick out.
Yeah.
Because she's incredible.
In Latin, it's the role of the leader to almost disappear.
Yeah.
It's all about presenting your follower. If you watch... bit of homework for next week, Grace, and for anyone listening. If you go onto YouTube or any other video provider And do a search for Joanna Lunis and Michael Malatovsky.
I can't wait.
They were top professional couple, retired a few years ago. Yeah. But when you watch them, you just see her because he's good. He's really good. If you kind of go back and watch the videos and watch him specifically, he's really good. But he's just so good at presenting her. And like so that. You just watch her because she's incredible. She's the best female dancer that's ever lived, in my opinion. So go back and watch videos.
Better than your mum?
Close second.
I will. I'm excited. Can we hold the thought?
Go on.
Can we hold that thought? We'll carry on talking about Dan, but I was going to bring this exact thing up about AJ.
Okay.
But we'll carry on with Dan.
Okay.
Love the quote, "Take me down to Rumba Town" from Dan. Love that. I just think he's brilliant. I think he's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely loved it. I felt really proud of him. I know in a Rumba you're not meant to like grin, but by the end I found myself grinning.
Yeah.
I was so happy
it was joyful
for
to
him.
watch because it's what Strictly's all about.
Because it just made me feel like I just love Dan. I think, like you said last week, he is just what Strictly's all about.
He is.
I was so impressed with him.
Me too.
But yeah.
I thought he was amazing.
I did. I really did.
And it upset me a little bit. I'm going to beef with Craig again about his treatment of Dan.
Yes.
Because, again, I just think...
Improvement.
Yeah, he's not...
Incredible.
Yeah, his mark for me was too low.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a 9.
No.
But it wasn't a 6.
I'd have given it an 8, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, for me it was a 7 or an 8. Because it was good, it was nice. In the way he kind of, he finished his lines better. He was just present and did what he needed to do for Nadia. And it was genius choreo by her.
I thought it was so romantic as well.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It was.
It was just like sweet.
It was sweet.
It was sweet.
It was sweet. I thought that.
Yeah.
But shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, we were watching this. We watched this.
Yeah.
Sat next to each other earlier, didn't we?
But we didn't.
And we just sat in silence because neither of us wanted to ruin our feelings for the next dance.
One word. Wow. It was just the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was because I was discussing this with my housemate. I think it is my favourite dance of the series.
Really?
Yeah. It was that good.
It's a bold claim.
I've watched it 7 times, Will. 8 now. 8 now, 1 with you. And now after recording this, I'm going to have to go and watch it.
Yeah.
So it'll be 9.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just think she was the main character in that dance. Yeah. I didn't look at him once. The only time I did was the hat.
The hat.
The hat, yeah.
The hat covering the eyes, the mystery. You loved it, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it. I did love it. I was captivated by her. I thought she like led it.
Yeah.
She was just in my vision the whole time.
Yeah.
She was on her own. Oh, honestly.
Yeah, I thought she was really good. For me, I don't know if I would have given it a 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because do you know why? It's because it's not ballroom or Latin. That's why.
Well, there were a couple of moments for me where, first of all, I'm not 100% sure what it was.
Yeah,
but it was a mix of styles, wasn't it? Because the judges picked up on that.
It created its own style.
It did. Craig said, didn't he, that it was like 4 styles, and in a good way. Because he was like, I'm not sure how you managed to do this because it's so difficult and there's so much in there. So I don't necessarily mind that it was a mix of styles because I think at each point you could kind of tell what the style was supposed to be. But there were a couple of moments for me where I thought, oh, that could have been a bit cleaner or a bit sharper. She had a spin.
She did say about when it went that bit when she did alternate legs. Craig picked up on that and said it could have been a bit sharper.
Yeah, that's one of the moments I felt could have been sharper. And she did a bit of a spin that was a bit weird for me. I think Cynthia was harsh.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know each other and she's a bit scared of giving a top mark,
I need
maybe.
to be having words with Cynthia because 10.
Not happy, are you?
10. Literally 11.
You've given them 11 2 weeks in a row now. Or was it 11? You gave them 11. I think it was when they nearly kissed.
See, this week it's off the charts. Yeah, absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was great. It was really good. For me, I know it was a 10 for you. It was a 9 for me.
Yeah, it was 10 for me. Absolutely, hands down. Any day of the week. No
I really enjoyed it.
I love the bit at the front. I'm not gonna try and do it justice and like pretend to do it. But when she like did that,
yes,
remember that?
Yes.
Oh my god, she's just amazing.
That was amazing. That was really nice.
She's so confident as well, and I think her confidence has grown massively. You've got to be confident to do a dance like that.
Yeah.
And she was.
Yeah, she's really grown with confidence, I think.
Like I say, compared to Dan, she was the main character in that dance, and
she was. Yeah.
She was. It was the dress and everything.
The dress was lovely.
Not my favourite dress of the night though.
Was it not?
But my second favourite dress of the night. Yeah.
Second favourite dress of the night. Yeah. The dress was clever, actually, I thought, because everything was very dark.
Yes,
the lighting was dark, the table was dark, the chairs were dark. Kai was in all black and a black hat, and she like popped.
That's why I couldn't stop looking at her. I think.
Yeah.
It was her like leading it, but it was also her dress.
Yeah.
Against everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made it really stand out.
Obsessed. Favourite dance of the series. I'm gonna go and watch it another time once we've filmed this.
That's a lie. It's gonna be more than once.
It is. Karim's Jive. We're talking that many figures. Kelvin's show dance.
Yeah.
Watch that again this weekend. Shall we move on?
Let's do. Yeah. Who's next?
Reese and Nancy. This was my favourite dress of the night.
Nancy's dress.
I need it.
You need it.
I do.
That might be one that pops up on the DSI website. It could be one.
Can you keep your eyes peeled?
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
My Christmas present. Happy Christmas. Oh, it was gorgeous. To be fair, the whole dance was gorgeous.
It was.
The tree. Oh.
The tree, yeah. It felt like I was
tree.
in a nice restaurant somewhere.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
I really, really liked the dance. Much, much, much better than last week.
Yeah, and if anyone has been to a restaurant called Tattoo, there's a few around the country. Yeah. You'll know what I mean.
Very, very
they love a light up tree in there.
We love a light up tree on Strictly.
We love a light up tree. Good budget this week.
Yeah.
They had a lot of the burning musical notes in John and Johannes's. I just thought it was a lot.
Yeah.
The light up tree.
So
all the robot people in the group dance.
People in the group CGI, they're really pushed about this week.
Yeah.
No, much better than last week, Reese.
Yeah.
He looked really happy with it as well, and you could tell he was really emotional by it.
Yeah. It was, for me, I said last week, didn't I, that I was getting frustrated because he wasn't reaching his potential. And he was so much, for me, that this week was the closest that he's come to showing us his true potential. Because ballroom was, I think, his worst kind of discipline.
See, I liked it the most.
Because his frame, you did. In terms of out of hold, it was lovely finishing his lines. But in hold, his arms were down. Didn't look nice. But for me, it was his best dance this week. I kind of look at ballroom in two halves, top half and bottom half.
So, inventive.
Yeah, thank you.
I really made myself laugh at that.
Yeah. And I watched it back again a couple of times. First time I watched his top half, and there's still something for me that looks slightly awkward.
I agree.
I think it's his head.
See,
I'm not 100% sure.
Down.
I think it's because, so in ballroom, your head's left, right?
Yeah.
But that's only because, not like that. Yeah, we don't want to look like we've got, like...
a crick in our neck.
Yeah, a cramp in our neck or something. But the reason why your head is left, and the reason how your head gets left, I should say, is because you have rotation through your body. So your spine kind of stays straight, and you just rotate around your spine, essentially. And I'm not sure if he's doing that or if he's just kind of got his arms up. He's moving forward without any, like with a completely square body. He's just sticking his head left, and so it looks a bit robotic and a bit stiff.
I so get that, because all they've talked about, the judges, is his frame. His frame is Anton in particular.
Yeah.
His frame. So he's mastered. I put my hands up like I know what. He's mastered the frame.
Yeah.
But he's so desperate to keep mastering the frame that he's kind of like moving about with the frame.
Yeah, I think it was maybe just a bit stiff at the top, I think. But then I watched it again, just looked at the bottom half, and it was fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yeah. He had really nice flexed knees. So Latin, always straight legs.
Mm-hmm.
Ballroom, always bendy legs.
Oh.
Never want to straighten your legs in ballroom ever. Very rare occasions, but general rule of thumb, never.
I thought that was the other way around, you know.
No, Latin is really nice, sharp, straight legs.
But I
apart
thought that was the other way around.
from jive, you can have more bendy legs because you kind of have that bounce.
Yeah, that's interesting though.
Yeah, but yeah, Latin, straight legs, and ballroom bendy, because if you think about it, in ballroom you want it to flow and you want it to move forward, and you can't if you're on two straight legs, you can't really move.
Yeah.
If you try and walk with two straight legs, you can't do it. But if you walk by bending one of your knees, your standing leg, you can push off from it so nicely.
Yeah. Doing it
and your movement under the table, try along, do it at home, unless you're in the car.
Change gear,
yeah, as you do it. And so you can get this really nice movement. And he had that, actually.
Yeah.
Craig said it lacked drive, and I completely disagree. I thought, because the Strictly floor is not big, I thought it had as much drive as it could do on that floor. There was times when they were in hold, where it looked lovely. And, yeah, his footwork was really nice bent legs. I think maybe he could do with bending his legs a little bit more. Right. I'm not sure whether... It's difficult to tell when they're kind of in suit and dress, especially. But what you need is to have your hips at the same place. So he's quite a bit taller than her. So for them to really connect, they need to be hips. Their hips need to be at the same height.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Because you kind of like slot into each other. So maybe it'd look a bit more comfortable if he was a tiny bit lower. Yeah. But generally, I thought it was really nice.
I did. I thought it was gorgeous to watch, gorgeous to look at.
It was.
And
it was
he was
lovely.
Really emotional. And I think that was really nice to see.
Yeah.
That he connected that much with the dance that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it moved him that much, but yeah,
he can't. I mean, he can't be that popular because he ended up in the dance-off. So I can't see him.
Yeah, that is.
I struggle to see him in the final.
Yeah, I struggle to see him
because I don't think he's going to be popular enough.
No, but I also think you could argue that there are better dancers.
Yes, there are.
Be in the final.
There are. For me, he's still behind.
For me, he's semi-final.
Yeah, for me, he's still behind AJ, Rose, and John.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We'll just have to see, though, won't we?
We'll have to see what happens.
For me, he's semi-final potential, definitely.
Yeah.
I think he deserves that
as
well.
Yes. I think it would be perhaps unfair for someone else to miss out on the final and have him take their place.
Because they are more consistent, definitely.
They are more consistent and more. They look more natural now. There's something when I watch Reese that still see a slight touch of awkwardness in there.
Like AJ, no awkwardness.
No.
Even Dan this week.
Dan, there was
not much awkwardness.
Yeah. For Dan. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. But Rose, AJ, John, I see a little bit sometimes.
Sometimes.
But I think it's easier for guys to look awkward, if I'm honest.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
That's
so.
Interesting.
But
should we move on?
Yeah. Go on.
On to Tilly. Oh, poor Tilly.
I know. I felt bad for Tilly.
I felt really sad for Tilly yesterday.
I can't say it wasn't necessarily her time.
I agree. I think the leaderboard, she was the bottom of the leaderboard with 30. I think the leaderboard kind of spoke for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, to me, it was the samba, wasn't it?
It was the samba.
To me, the samba looks like the hardest dance on earth.
Yeah.
Because I think you've either got it, you've got the natural bounce, or you haven't got the natural bounce. I personally do not think I have the natural bounce.
Yeah. Have you ever tried?
Obviously, in my bedroom, on my own. No, I don't think I have the natural bounce. Like Maisie last year, natural bounce.
natural bounce.
She had the natural bounce. Her always sticks in my head. Her Samba in that gorgeous, like, bright pink dress. Was that Samba?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that sticks in my head. Kelvin Fletcher, natural bounce.
Natural bounce, yeah.
Kelvin. But yeah, I think you either have the natural bounce or you don't. I don't know if she did naturally have the natural bounce, but she was definitely working on it. And I think the dance-off was a significantly different standard to
Saturday night show.
Yeah.
I tend to agree. I think she was better. I think she was forcing it a little bit. So watching it back, I noticed that she...
Saturday night or the dance-off?
Saturday. I mean, I think she forced it a little bit in the dance-off as well, but just because she was going for it because she knew she had to.
But I think I'd have to. I think you have to fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you do. Latin, it's 80% confidence.
Yeah.
You know?
See, she looked a lot
style
more
always
last
seems
week.
to come out over substance for some reason, especially at this kind of level, you know? And, I mean, when we watched it back, there were a lot of issues with the Samba. You know, she had very turned-in feet.
See, I loved the move.
Which move?
Where she...
The whipping the arms around move.
Not that one. The move where they're stood. I'm trying to demonstrate this, but this is going to be horrendous. And then she, like, flings her legs back. She kind of does that.
Oh, kind of... I think it's called a whisk.
Love the whisk.
I didn't like that.
Whisk?
No, I wasn't
whisk.
mad for the routine, to be honest. No, that's harsh. I think it got better as it went on, but it was a bit slow to start, and I didn't like that. I thought that looked quite awkward.
Yeah, you see, I can see it from her perspective of, okay, this is a very difficult dance.
Yeah.
I'd look exactly the same.
I think it would have looked nicer if Nikita had whisked with her, because that's what people sometimes do.
Yeah, she whisked round him.
And he kind of stood still and like shaped and gave her a bit of like, and then other side. So he kind of stood still.
Yeah.
So maybe it would have just looked nicer as an entire movement if they'd whisked together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't my favourite. And then it got better as it went on.
Yeah, not my favourite song.
There's a step called batucada.
Heard that before.
Which is... So actually, we haven't said this. We've got videos up today, haven't we? We've got the recording. So if anyone's listening now, I'm sorry that we're already however many minutes in. But if you want to watch it on YouTube and see us in the flesh... Should we give a little wave to cameras?
Jazz hands.
We've got a couple of cameras. Jazz hands. We've got a couple of cameras set up, so we're going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, I forgot about that when I was just demonstrating the thing
that's
under
it,
the table.
under the table.
And now I've got big regrets.
Yeah. But I don't actually, if I stand up and do this, I don't think the camera's going to be able to see me.
No.
But it's where they kind of...
Yeah, do it with your hands. That's what you can do.
Yeah, it's... Well, I'm going to lose my mic. So... It's where they kind of put one foot behind the other and then switch very quickly.
I know what you mean.
And move backwards.
That was good.
Thank you. And it's such a difficult step. Never seen a celeb do it well.
Really?
Never. But it seems to be in every Samba.
Yeah.
Graziano did it with... Who did what?
Judy.
With Judy. Atrocious. I'm sorry. It was. She just didn't move. Because it's a really difficult step. And she wasn't very good at using her... She wasn't very good at using her legs and her feet.
Do you, like, swing your leg back?
No, it's... Well, it's difficult to explain.
I know I'm shaking.
No, you don't.
I just remembered the camera's there.
I've joined in with you. No, it's... The action is kind of... So you put one foot in front. You have one foot in front, the other one behind. You then push your weight onto that front one, roll your hip, and then the front foot comes in quite quick behind the...
Right. Yeah, I know which one you're on about.
Yeah.
I just can't ever see
really
you
difficult.
doing that. Yeah.
It's really difficult. And the pros obviously do it well. So they do it next to one of the celebs and it doesn't look right. So
But I can tell because last week you could really tell Tilly felt confident in her routine.
Yeah.
And this week for me she didn't feel as confident and I think that reflected. But like I say, I think it's a really difficult dance.
It is. It's a difficult dance.
Do you have to do the Samba?
Yeah.
Do you?
Not this year, but the year before.
It's a hard one, that for me.
It is a difficult one. It is a difficult one. I think all of the Latin dances are difficult in some way because they're all very different. Mm-hmm. Samba's got this bounce action that you'll never do in any other dance.
That's what I mean. If you've got it, you've got it. If you haven't, you haven't.
Yeah, and it's a difficult.
You have to fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's what I think, anyway.
Yes.
Shall we?
Let's have it. Yeah. Let's crack on to the next one.
John and Johanna.
Oh wait, sorry. Before we move on.
Go on.
We have to talk about the fact Nikita whipped his shirt off at the dance-off.
So my question is, why was this not mentioned on the results show? Yeah. Why did Tess not mention it?
No.
It was clearly the focal point of the routine. I'm sorry.
And then it was dragging it along, like on the lead that is his microphone pack.
What I think happened was, because I watched back their other routine, the Saturday night one, it was done up by one button.
The shirt was done up by one button.
The shirt was done up by one button. And I think what he'd done is done a move, it popped open, because then it kind of like was still on him, but his chest was all like out.
Out, yeah.
And then I think because he was like going around, it was like getting caught. And they were kind of both like, oh, what's going on here? So I think he just like thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to whip it off. And then he forgot that his mic was like attached to it. So then he like did it off and it was still dragging along the floor because of his mic.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate when things like that happen because I don't know if it necessarily would have saved her if the shirt hadn't have had a malfunction.
No. I think part of me thinks...
Do you think that he just went, whoa!
I think he was like, screw it.
Spice it up a bit.
I think maybe the button came undone.
I think the button came undone.
But the thing is, if you're dancing around in a shirt like that, even without any buttons on, it won't come off.
Do you not think?
No, it wouldn't have come off. It's a shirt. He's thought, I'm not in bad shape. I'll whip it off. Maybe get a couple of votes from the judges. You know, I'm sure they could be convinced.
I just laugh so hard I bang my head all the time.
That's something to go to YouTube for.
So you think he just whipped it off? Like, spice things up a bit? Wham!
I think Nikita thought this samba needs some heat.
Oh, I do love
Not a move that I would pull out personally.
Is it not?
Not one that I could say I'm thrilled to have to watch.
I was.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
But, you know, whatever floats his boat. If that's
so true.
I think it was on
Staged.
purpose. And I don't think he realised it was mic'd, connected to him by a mic.
Yeah.
And then I was laughing as they then did some like volters with the shirt dragging on behind them. Like a bit of toilet roll stuck under the shoe.
Oh, well.
I know. But there you have it.
So that's the ultimate question. That is the ultimate question. Do you think Nikita's shirt
One of the judges did say something. I can't remember which one it was when they started talking.
Tess, why have you not questioned this?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the question,
That's
though.
a good question.
Nikita Shirtgate, do you think intentional to spice up the samba?
Yeah.
Or accidental? Button come undone?
Yeah.
We're divided on this one.
We are. I'm saying that Russian ego came out.
See, I'm saying.
I think I just know too many dance boys who would happily whip the shirt off.
So you'd never whip your shirt off in a samba, Will?
No, nobody want to see that.
Oh, get the violins out. Oh, Will.
I know.
Who knows? Fine. You make it on Strictly Professional.
You
can pull that stunt. Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
John and Johanna.
Oh, you liked this, didn't you?
Loved. Absolutely loved.
I knew. I didn't even have to. I could tell by the way you're looking at me that you loved that.
I loved it, but I love John, don't I? I've got a little soft spot for John.
You do have a soft spot for John.
So good, so powerful, so fierce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Don't know if it's a 40.
I tend to agree.
39, I think, was right. Craig was never going to give it a 40.
So do you remember last week I talked about James Jordan?
Yes.
So I read his blog again.
Go on.
He was like, how is this not a 40?
Really?
But I disagree with you, James Jordan, this week. I mean, it was good. Mm-hmm. It was very good. And I can understand why a judge would give it a 10.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I think for me, it lacked from John a bit of sharpness.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch it back, if you go on strictly YouTube, about 48, 49 seconds in, you'll see a good example of what I mean. And it's where they both kind of at the same time do a little flick of a foot behind.
Yeah.
And I know he's the professional dancer, so it's going to be better. But Johannes is just so much more sharp and so much nicer finished that it really stands out that John's isn't as good.
That is exactly what I was going to say. The reason why I would have given it a 10.
Yeah.
Like, personally, it would have been a 10.
Yeah.
But I do understand why it was a 39.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I would have given it a 10 personally because I thought it was just incredible. But technically wise, after listening to you now, I think the only reason why it didn't get a 40 was because you could still tell who the professional dancer was.
Yeah.
And you could tell it was Johannes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's the only reason why it didn't get a 40. Because to me, to be a 40 celeb professional, you need to kind of look. The lines need to be a bit blurred. Whereas it's Johannes, really. He's just incredible. I think that's it. John's,
Maybe it would have helped if he danced down a little bit. But at the same time, he doesn't want to do that.
Why should you have to do that?
No.
You're definitely not. I think that's the only reason why I think it didn't get. 10.
Yeah, and it was just Craig, wasn't it, who didn't give them.
Yeah, but I didn't think Craig would give it a 10.
No, I didn't.
It needs to.
For
is
me,
he given a 10?
It was just generally, he's given. There's been a few.
Oh
40s,
yeah, there has been so many 40s.
But for me, that's just what it lacked. And when I watched it on Saturday night live at the time, that's what I felt.
Would you give it a 9 then?
That it just the leg action was a touch lethargic and could have been sharpened up a little bit. I'd have given it a 9 because I thought it was really good. And I don't know if it's just because of the angles that the camera were at, but sometimes when they kind of make lines where they're in hold and like if he's kind of Johannes is doing a lunge or something and John's supporting him, sometimes I think the lines are a little bit distorted. You want to see a really nice.
You are Craig.
You want to see a really nice, but you want to see a really nice flow from head to toe. You don't want to see like head to back and then a bit of a crooked line and then toe. Do you know what I mean? And I think sometimes the line looked a bit awkward, but I don't know if that was just them trying to be more kind of on top of each other because Argentines are much closer dance than the others. It's much more kind of face to face.
Do you find it a hard dance to do? What do you think is the hardest dance?
I've never danced Argentine tango.
Have you not?
Not. I mean, have as a bit of a laugh, but never in competition because it's not one of the classic 10 dances.
Yeah. It's one of my fave dances.
It's great. It is really good. And the bits of it that I've done, I've really enjoyed. Excuse me. A little cough.
Getting excited about
it. I know. Getting all choked up.
We all did, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think's the hardest dance then?
The hardest dance? Oh my God, of all of them, I think it depends.
So it depends who your partner is.
Well, I think it depends on your gender, to be honest. I think for a man, rumba.
Yeah.
And for a girl...
Samba.
I don't know. To be honest, I think rumba's probably the most difficult overall.
Oh, yeah. That's why I think Dan again came through
because
strong.
Rumba, with it being slow, you can't... So, let's take a cha-cha that everyone does in week 1. It's fast. So, you can just kind of get away with doing steps, trying to put a bit of sharpness in the steps, and then like throwing your arm out when you need to throw your arm out, power on through to the next move. Okay? But in rumba, because it's slower, you have to your body has to breathe.
Right.
It has to... You don't just go... You don't just stop. Do you know what I mean? So in a cha-cha, you might go, like, on the count 2, put your arm out. And it just stops. It's out and it stops. But that's not how it works. Remember, it's got to be kind of out on 2 and, like, breathe through the music. Yeah. And that's so much more difficult. So I think for me, I'd probably say rumba. Samba is up there as well. Because it's such a unique action. It's like... it's all from like... I don't even know how to describe it, really.
I don't even know where it comes from. I don't think anywhere in my
It's a
body
whole
could
different
make those
bounce and
moves.
internal action that you've got to have.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is difficult. But I would say rumba's just a bit more difficult for me.
Well, samba proved to be the most difficult dance for Tilly.
It did.
Because she went home.
Bless her.
Just get so upset 'cause I feel like
Everyone.
Strictly must be such a high. Like when you're in that competition,
Yeah.
you must be literally in the clouds, and then to stop, I think would be so difficult. So I always feel so sorry for everyone who goes home, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
yeah, and they spend so much time together. They really do become close, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell. I mean, you can tell for the last however many weeks that they really get on well.
Oh yeah. I think all of them get on really well as well. That's one thing I think they've all got.
Yeah, everyone's got on really well. To say there was a bit of rumour at the beginning of the series about vaccinated professionals, and there was rumour that there was some tension between some of the couples because of professionals refusing to be vaccinated. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea. I don't know. But you would never be able to tell if that was true.
No.
Because everyone seems to have gotten really well.
Yeah.
And formed really quite genuine connections.
Such genuine connections. I just love them all. I literally don't want it to end.
I know, me too.
We've got the Christmas special.
Oh my goodness, we have. We need to talk about this.
Got some exciting couples.
We have. We've got, how many couples? We've got, is it 6?
I think there's 6, yeah.
And it's
Anne-Marie in there.
It's a strong lineup. Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fred Syriac from First Dates. Mel Gedroych.
Mel
from Mel and Sue.
That would be like us.
Yeah.
Grace from
Will and Grace.
It's the brand.
One day when I'm judging and you're competing.
Yeah, when I'm on Strictly.
Yeah. I'll give you good marks.
Favouritism.
As long as you turn your feet out in Latin.
You're going to teach me. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, I'm going to teach you. Yeah.
We need to talk about Will to finish off this episode.
Oh, yeah, let's go on.
Will had a comp yesterday.
I did.
Yeah, went quite well, didn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So it was the first comp for me and my new partner. And it was a varsity competition for all the unis. And we came 7th in our ballroom and 8th in our Latin, which we were really happy about in advance. So yeah, we're really happy for our first comp.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and we can only go up, really.
Yeah, you can. And still hasn't shown me a video yet, though.
I know, my dad needs to send me them.
Yeah, he does.
He's our best supporter. He's always on the sidelines.
But desperate.
I know everyone was asking for videos, so I have to make sure we
video,
record them for us.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'll have to show you them. Show you some pictures though.
Seen some pics, yeah. Just waiting for the videos now.
Yeah. It's a long day.
Do you think I'm your biggest fan?
Probably.
And Charlie, if she's listening.
And Charlie, yeah. Our friend Charlie.
Oh, and I also need to say, just to finish this off, I don't know if anyone's seen, if you're listening to this now on Spotify or Apple, you'll be able to see the logo.
Yes.
I will credit my friend Fran for that.
Yes.
She did make that for us, and
Thank
we're
you.
very happy with it, aren't we?
We love it. She's done a really good job.
She has done a really good job, so shout out to Fran for that.
Shout out to Fran.
But yeah, that's it for this week.
That is, it is.
We've tried to make
it a bit shorter, but I'm not sure we've done a good job.
Because
I'm not sure.
Last week, 54 minutes was...
It was a hefty start, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and it's a lot
It's just when we start talking, we can't stop.
I could talk about this for hours.
Yeah, me too.
It's just my favourite thing in the world.
Yeah, me too.
Basically.
Yeah.
And talking, that's up there as well.
Yeah, we're both quite good at that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. We have, if anyone wants to get in touch, we have an email account that you can email us through. So
that sounded so old-fashioned. If anyone wants to fax us, then you can.
Send a telegram. You'll find our carrier pigeon.
We do have an email though, yeah.
We do have an email. It's I'm telling them the email.
Sorry, that really made me laugh.
The email is W for Will, G for Grace, Strictly speaking at gmail.com. So WG strictly speaking at gmail.com. We'll put it in the description as well. And if you want to email us, get in touch. Do it.
If you want to be on,
yeah,
we're looking for guests.
We are. We're always wanting to hear. We need
from you guys.
I just hit my head on the microphone. Yeah. So if anyone wants to get in touch, and also we're on YouTube.
We are
like
on YouTube,
we said.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make a little YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like,
so yeah, if anyone
subscribe,
fancies,
review,
like, subscribe, comment down below.
Yeah, comment, rate, review.
Comment if you think Nikita.
Yes.
Took the shirt off on purpose or not.
Yes, this is the debate that we need to settle for next week.
But thank you for listening, everyone.
Yeah,
Quarterfinals next week. 5 couples left. Exciting times. Like I say, I was hoping for
2 dances.
2 dancers.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's getting a bit short now for
me.
It
is. An hour and... Like, it was just over an hour. Was it an hour and 5 minutes this week, the show?
But yeah, we're thinking maybe semis is when they'll whip out the 2 dancers.
Yeah. Yeah. We can hope.
We can hope. Because I love a 2 dance. I also love it when they do the random, like, Lindy Hop things.
Like, against each other?
Yeah, against each other. I love that.
I don't know if we'll see that.
I don't think we will. COVID, yeah. They didn't do it last year.
But
that's a shame.
I do like that as well.
I do. But anyway
we will see you next week for our quarter-final review.
Exciting.
Amazing.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.